Main screen turn on. Listen to me rant, watch me play a game, or preferably try to do both at the same time. This is Discourse Display. Hello viewers, my name is Yidoger and this is my co-commentator Nemesis. It's been a while since I did a commentary on the latest Nintendo Direct since... well, there hasn't been one in quite some time. Reggie seems to have filled the part of Iwata since his unfortunate passing. I did a tribute video a few months ago, so I won't go into this too much, but I do think Reggie is a good choice to replace Iwata. We got a lot of Nintendo of America employees in the Directs anyway. To start off, Twilight Princess is revealed to get an HD port to the Wii U. Did anyone really want this? I mean, you can probably find the Wii version of the game relatively cheap, and the U is backwards compatible, so there's no reason for the re-release. Nemesis. Thanks for sharing that. Of course, an amiibo is also announced alongside this. Wolf Link. Other Zelda amiibos also have functions with the game. Apparently though, the Wolf Link one will be able to store data that can be transferred over to the as of yet untitled Wii U Zelda game. Both will be released in 2016. The recently released Triforce Heroes will get a few 3 DLC items and a new stage and 2 outfits. This is always nice, but the game itself doesn't really do it for me. From what I've seen, you need to play with 2 others to get the best experience from it, and that's just not within my possibilities at this point in my life. Shame, seemed like a decent enough game otherwise. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon is talked about. It seems to play pretty much exactly like Blue Rescue Team, the first in the series that I played ages ago. Only with more Pokemon. Also, more Splatoon content and new stages and equipment. Also free apparently, so that's great, but I don't play the game, so it doesn't really affect me. Still, this, together with the statement that updates will be coming up until at least January next year, make me hope that future Nintendo games will get this treatment as well. Super Mario Maker will get a search function for levels via the internet. That's nice enough, I guess. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival is explained next. It seems to combine Mario Party board gameplay with Animal Crossing town simulation ideas. It actually seems like it could be pretty fun. But of course, it's ruined by what seems to be way too much amiibo functionality, with the limited edition of the game bundling the disc together with an otherwise unobtainable figurine in a kind of sad attempt to get collectors who aren't interested in the game to spend money on it anyway, and having the amiibo cards unlock other gameplay modes, so you need to buy those too to get the most out of the game. It's a shame honestly, because this seems to be a game that I could have enjoyed with family otherwise. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash has footage shown of it afterwards. Nothing too new or exciting. I loved the Nintendo 64 game, but disliked Power Tennis for the GameCube. Can't say I'm thrilled for this, but some of the character reveals so far have been pretty fun. Hoping the character select screen shown in the footage isn't a complete one though. It's a bit limited. Also, more amiibo functionality, in a similar way to that of Smash Bros. Xenoblade Chronicles X is shown next. Looks great, but then as discussed, you can download certain elements to make the loading times while playing the physical game faster. While the option is nice, if more games start utilizing this, Nintendo needs to release versions of the console with more internal memory. Exclusive eShop games are talked about, starting with the Nintendo Badge Arcade. Since it's free to play, I actually downloaded it after watching the Direct. It's literally nothing more than a crane game that you play by holding and releasing the A button at the right time. You get 5 practice attempts per day that don't win you any badges, but you can get some free attempts from those to use in a real machine. I won 2 on my practice run, played those as well, got a few badges, then decided this thing is a waste of time. Might be fun if you're really into decorating your home menu, but otherwise I'd not even bother with this. Pokemon Picross, another freemium Pokemon puzzle game that I'll certainly download and will probably get as addicted to as I am to Shovel. As if that and Rumble World on their own don't consume enough of my time yet. You clear blocks on a grid based on the numbers displayed alongside the axes to reveal pictures of Pokemon. Completing a picture effectively lets you capture what is displayed and lets you use it and its skill for easier puzzle solving. However, using a Pokemon and its skill will make it unusable for a certain amount of time, so you could either wait it out or use a pick ride to instantly have it back in play. While pick rides will be one in-game, experience with these Pocket Monster pay-to-play games is that it'll be at a slow enough rate that you want to buy them using real money. Still, if you do end up buying a certain amount, you'll have an unlimited amount of them afterwards, just like with Poke Diamonds in Rumble World, so there's always that. A short collage of indie games is shown, starting with SteamWorld Heist, which is a turn-based shooter where you have to aim your gun to hit enemies, be it directly or by ricocheting the bullets against walls and objects. Seems decent enough, but not really liking the art style. Fast Racing Neo is up next and is basically a F-Zero clone. I predict it'll be compatible with the Captain Falcon amiibo to unlock him as a character in this game. Because why not? Typo Man is also shown, which seems to be a platformer where you create words with letters that are out and about to affect the level you're going through. Interesting enough idea that seems like it could work rather well with the Wii U's gamepad. Pokemon Tournament is shown, and it seems like a fun fighter at worst. It doesn't really come as a surprise that this will also hit the Wii U though. Some more footage of Shadow Mewtwo is shown, which is nice. It also gets an amiibo card, obviously, which immediately unlocks him as a playable character instead of having to meet certain criteria first. That's pretty lame, actually. Star Fox Zero has a new trailer shown. Still unsure how I feel about all these forms the Arwing now has, but my love for the series is deep, and chances are high I'll buy this. I did buy the Chibi Robo Ziplash amiibo bundle due to my love for the first game, so I might even get the semi-announced Arwing amiibo if it gets released. Mario & Luigi Paper Jam still seems pretty fun, combining the two Mario RPG series. There also seems to be special cards that can be used in battle, and amiibo are used to unlock even stronger ones. So far, it's the ones from the Mario series of amiibo that are compatible, but I wouldn't be surprised if more can be used later on. And if more get released as well, because it's amiibo. We get a Square Enix game, Final Fantasy Explorers, which seems to have a real-time battle system. You can apparently also get outfits that transform you into classic FF heroes. It can be played alone, but also with friends for multiplayer. Fire Emblem Fates is apparently split in 2 separate games, subtitled Birthright and Conquest. Buying one will give a discount on the second if you get it digitally. I thought there would be two different paths to take in the game when they talked about this in the previous direct, but I guess this was their plan all along. A third storyline, Revelation, will be released as DLC later on and will presumably tie the two together and give a conclusion to the bigger overall story. Or so I would assume, judging by the title. A collector's edition is also announced, combining all three games together. More DLC will be released too, but these will not be free. Capcom's Mega Man Legacy Collection is shown, which houses the first 6 Mega Man games from the NES. It also has a challenge mode that combines elements from all the games into remixed levels. Scanning the Mega Man amiibo unlocks even more of those. And a gold Mega Man amiibo will be released in a collector's pack with the game. What I thought was pretty exciting, Pokemon Red, Blue and Yellow will be available for download on the 3DS eShop. Though basic and kind of broken, these are in my opinion the best entries in the series, so this is great news. Link cable trading will be replaced with wireless trading though. It's sad to think that there are people who have never experienced the hassle of finding someone with and hooking up two classic grey brick-like Game Boys. But I guess that's how technology evolved. Get it? Evolved. Because it's Pokemon. The Hyrule Warriors port for 3DS has 3 new characters revealed in Toon Link, Daphnis Nohannes Hyrule, and Skull Kid with Majora's Mask, alongside a original character, Linkle. Basically a gender-traded Link right out of a fanfic. Dual-wielding crossbows is pretty awesome though. Apparently these are all transferable to the Wii U version, so that's pretty sweet. Chapter 7 of the Dragon Quest series, Fragments of the Forgotten Past, is also coming to the 3DS. While I do own the DS remakes of chapters 4 to 6, I have never played any game in the series before, except for number 8 on the PS2 back in the day, which was a terrific old-school RPG experience. Also, that's actually getting a 3DS re-release as well. DQ goodness. A few short clips from Hive Jump and Kerbal Space Program are shown, but neither seem to be really interesting at first sight. Mighty number 9, a much discussed Mega Man clone, is also shown. If you like the Blue Bombers games, it looks like you'll surely enjoy this as well, though it seems to draw more inspiration from the X series than the originals. While I loved the first few LEGO games, Marvel's Avengers doesn't seem to add anything new to the table, so I'll be passing that one up. Project X Zone 2 is talked about as well. With the non-optimistic reviews of the first game got, I'm surprised a sequel is released. But perhaps they can right the wrongs of the first one. Such a huge crossover game deserves some love at any rate. Fire Emblem and Xenoblade Chronicle characters are also included in this one, so that's pretty cool. Even more Nintendo characters would be welcome as well. Terraria will be released on both the Wii U and 3DS as well. It's already widely released over several consoles and PC, so I'd think that everyone who wanted to play this could have done so already. So this seems kind of redundant now. And then, of course, the elephant in the room. I could have probably made a video entirely for this one announcement, but I think it's more efficient to stick it in here. A friend of mine asked me a while ago if I had downloaded Ryu yet in Smash, and I said no, because I was still a bit sour after the whole fiasco of my own video of him being in the game, where I worked on that for just over a half a year, and a week before I was ready to publish the video, Nintendo officially announced and released Ryu. I went on by saying that even back when I played Melee, I thought that Little Mac would be a great inclusion in the series, and lo and behold, he's here too. I told him about some other newcomer video ideas I have and that all of those will probably get released at some point as well. Well, I didn't see Cloud coming at all. It's interesting, none of the mainstream Final Fantasy games after number 6 have been released on Nintendo platforms, and even the spin-off titles that did have Cloud in there don't have him in a particularly huge role. With his part in Nintendo's history being so insignificant, it's funny he gets included while his presence is missing in PlayStation All-Stars, even though he was more fitting in there than some of the other characters who got in. He even gets his Advent Children outfit in Smash, from a movie which was published by Sony, Nintendo's competition. But all that aside, nothing about him looks really great, to be honest. Another sword user, and he even seems to borrow things from Ike, which makes it fitting that that character is the target of the Omni/Final Smash move. The stage seems interesting, but a bit too small for all the chaos that will probably ensue from the summons that can be called upon. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with this content. Also, ending the Direct, a message that a special Smash Bros. Broadcast will come along in December. Will there be another Discourse display / Yoshi's Island crossover then? We'll have to wait and see.